Welcome back to the Hamilton Network. When COVID-19 began to send people home without jobs to go back to, local business owner Malcolm Johnson began thinking about ways to help and give back to the community. That's how he came up with the idea for Maljohn Plastics, Home Alone Team. And as he joins us now to explain. How you doing, Malcolm? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm doing just fine.
Good. Now walk us through this. You're in industrial plastics, but years ago you realized that you could use the scraps to build toboggans.
Yes, it's a plastic that outwears steel on sliding abrasion. We make spouts and chutes to load grain from the elevators to train cars and to barges on the Mississippi. This plastic is rated at over 100 below zero, so you can hit it with a sledgehammer at 100 at 60 below, and it won't break it. And so we thought, let's show our appreciation to friends, customers, people we know, and we gave them to them at Christmas time. And I have customers 35 years later whose grandchildren are using the same toboggan.
So you've been doing this for 35 years, giving them away as gifts, but you're now looking to do it on a larger scale, I guess, and support Ronald McDonald House.
Yes, Ronald McDonald House, Welcome In, which is an organization that helps people in north end of Hamilton. Children's childhood cancer, and also Good Samaritans. We've designated that we're going to make between 500 and 1,000 toboggans to create something like $50,000 to $100,000, 100% going to these charities.
Wow. And you're going to offer some work for people out there too, I understand, right?
Yes. Well, the people that are not working and have been made obsolete because of COVID, we thought, okay, we'll offer them to assemble the toboggans at home, earns them a little money, gives them hope and some purpose. And in fact, we've been helped by the team at Hamilton Employment. Wonderful group of people that have given me all sorts of names. And we have some that are weekly making toboggans, others every couple of weeks. And we've been very fortunate that they've been keen and enthusiastic and just love what they're doing.
Okay, so once they're manufactured, how do you get them out to where you want to distribute them?
Well, that's originally we were planning to go to the various places of Ronald McDonald House throughout the country. So now I'm looking for a better way of getting to them. So I'm open to people that want to suggest or help us. We're going to our major customers, and some of them will be distributing the toboggans from there. We have a co-sponsors. The manufacturer that makes our material, one of our major suppliers, Rochling, have donated enough material to make several hundred toboggans of this particular UHMW, ultra high molecular weight material. And we've got a couple of transport companies that are willing to get them to the different locations as co-sponsors.
Now, why Ronald McDonald House specifically? Why did you pick that particular organization?
We lost our grandchild a few years ago, and our family stayed at Ronald McDonald House when she was in hospital for several months. We realized that they do so much good. Okay, you know, when people who are far less fortunate than us need help to be close to their children in the hospital, Ronald McDonald House provides a wonderful service. So we have supported them. We've donated funds in Hamilton, in Winnipeg, in Saskatoon, and we've been very fortunate that they've been working with us. So I've not really answered your question very well, but we're going through a number of our associate companies to get these toboggans out there, and of course we'll ship 1, 2, or 10 to wherever people want them.
I think you answered my question very well, Malcolm. My condolences on your loss, for sure. It's terrible, especially when young children like that are sick with cancer. And go ahead.
And they're just starting their life.
Yes.
And that's the sad part.
Yes.
And we're so fortunate in this country that healthcare is available, but we know families in the States who have, virtually been forced into a tough financial situation.
Bankruptcy in many cases.
Yes, yes.
How, if people want to get involved with this, how can they get involved?
Okay. They can contact Maljohn Company, and they can contact us by email or by phone, 905-692-5404. They can contact us if they're in other provinces at our location in Regina. We have two locations, Maljohn Company here, Maljohn Plastics Company in Regina, and we have a little sister company that we acquired just recently, Ketchies. So those are the companies they can contact through.
Okay. I'm wondering if people wanted your toboggans, individuals wanted your toboggans, can they get them as well? And would there be a cost involved to them?
No, that would be a cost. We would sell them to them, and they can make that payment right to whichever of those charities they want to. So we don't have to receive the funds ourselves. So they could do that. With this cooperation that we're trying to get through these transport companies, we expect to be able to ship them without additional cost.
Yeah, that's wonderful. From here, where do you want to go with all of this? I mean, let's talk about plastics in general. They're getting a lot of I don't have to tell you, a lot of bad rap these days, and plastics in general. But you're in industrial plastics, which is slightly different. Do you have concerns about the future of plastics?
Yes, I do. But let me tell you, in the 42 years that I've been in business, we've only probably thrown away 10,000 pounds into the dump. We reprocess 3 to 5 tons every 3 months. We create hundreds of pounds a week of scrap, of which we're looking for materials that could be used by people. In fact, if people want to contact them and they have an idea, I'd gladly work with them. What we do is we send back these 5-6 tons of plastic to the manufacturer. It's ground up and then crushed and cryogenically frozen and crushed up and repressed into sheet. This sheet is then what we call reprocessed, and it has the same qualities, and we make all sorts of product of this.
Okay, so yes, you're recycling most of your plastics, but in the plastic industry in general, are you concerned about the future?
Yeah, yes, I am. I think there are so many places that don't have enough facilities to use the various types of plastics. The polyethylenes or polypropylenes can be reprocessed. Some of the other materials are less useful. But one of the things that we're also trying to do is to make some things out of those plastics. But I'm not a reprocessor of those other forms of plastic.
No, but what you're doing is certainly helping the community tremendously. And I'm sure that the donations to Ronald McDonald House mean a lot to a lot of people. And
Yes.
It's nice to see entrepreneurs taking a real stand for people hurt by this pandemic and needing a
Yes.
leg up. Thank you, Malcolm.
Well, I appreciate the interview, and welcome anybody that has a potential for using some of the smaller pieces of plastic. Contact me. I'll help them in any way I can. And please, let's all work together to make things better. This is a very tough time for many people.
That sounds great. All right. Thanks again, Malcolm, for your time.
Thank you, Scott. My pleasure.
We continue to look at some of the unique user-generated content shaping our city.